as a title. Okay, so you guys see, if you're just hopping on, we're doing it a little different this morning. I'm doing a visual. We're talking about how to grow your salon business and your salon career. And one of the things that I've shared with you guys before who follow me is about the different stages of growth that businesses go to. And so I'm kind of far away from some of the cameras. So if I don't see you guys commenting, I'll come back. I can see a good morning. I can't see who that's coming from on Periscope. Good morning. How are you? If you guys, if I don't comment or anything, I'll come back when I'm finished with the training. But please be interactive. I'll take a moment to kind of stop and see. Let's see who's hopping on before we get started. Natasha, Katrina, good morning. How are you? Thank you for joining. So, guys, quick introduction. I'm Tanya Wilson-Cherry, beauty business consultant and certified life coach. I have a 20-plus year background in the most amazing industry on the planet, hands down. That's the beauty industry. Y'all heart it up for the industry. We're in a $1 billion, hey Tanya dear, how are you? We're in a $1 billion industry with unlimited possibilities, and we simply have to position ourselves so that we can get our portion. Y'all tap the screen. We're in a great industry. Almost everyone in the Western culture from the age of 2 years old is going to a salon or a barber shop. So we're in high demand, and we just got to figure out our place and our position in order to get our portion. So I help hairstylists and salon owners just like yourself to get new customers, maintain the ones they have, and profit for real in their business. Thank you for those amazing hearts on Periscope in their business. And one of the specific things I do is I help them with mindset and personal development because it's a full circle process as it relates to, you know, growing your business. Your business only grows to the level that you grow personally. Somebody can put that one in the comments. Your business only grows to the level that you grow personally. And so I focus a lot on mindset as well. I help stylists to overcome some of the beliefs that keep them from actually profiting in their business, right? Actually keep them from going to their next level. I see a lot of people joining. I'm so far from the screen, I can't address you guys, but good morning. So this morning, we're going to talk about some of the stages. Actually, every business, studies show that every business goes through this particular it's called the S curve, right? And so I'm artistic as far as hair and creativity, but not necessarily drawing. But hopefully you guys can get the picture, right? So we're going to talk about what's called the S curve. And I did some brief blog posts kind of explaining different stages that businesses go through. You guys can check that out at renewfullcircle.com and hit blog. I did one on the seed stage of growth and the growth stage of most businesses. But on today, we're talking about the S curve, the S curve. And this is going to kind of show you guys what most businesses go through in their cycle, because every business has a life cycle, guys. And I'm sharing this visually with you guys, so maybe you can look at your particular business and see what stage you're in as it relates to this S curve. So here we have, let's call this the seed stage or the birthing stage. Okay, if you notice, like, this is an S. So at this bottom stage, it's sort of kind of flat, right? And this bottom stage is sort of kind of flat. So what's normally going on in the business during this time is you may be having clients who are trickling into your business. This stage is kind of steady. You know, you grinding, you're humping really, really hard in this particular stage. And so you may have clients, but they're kind of trickling in, not a steady flow like you would like. Guys, if, and I forgot to say this, but if I say something that helps your business or your life in any measure throughout the broadcast, feel free. You can tap the screen for hearts. Show your girl a little love. There are share buttons on each of the devices. On Facebook, it's easy because it says share. You can press it. There's another industry professional who really wants to take their salon business serious and wants to take it to the next level. And so a lot of times I talk to you guys about next level information so that hopefully I can catch you before you get to specific stages. And you don't have to go through some of the things I may have gone through, you know, learning to do these different things in my business, and I'm able to show it to you so you guys can be ahead of the game, or so that you can catch up and then soar, you know, in your business. And so this may not be something that you've normally heard about as it relates to the salon industry, but we are running businesses. Somebody put that in the comments. We are running businesses. We're operating businesses. And the moment that we really grasp the fact that our salon industry career, if you're self-employed, or if you're a salon suite owner, or if you're a salon owner with employees or booth renters, the moment that we grasp that this is actually a business is the moment that everything is going to shift for us. You guys tap the screen. Yes, we're running businesses. We are running businesses. I see you guys putting it in the comments on Periscope and on my Facebook business page. And so I'm talking to you guys today about what's called the S curve. And studies show that most businesses, and we are businesses, so I'm going to speak from that perspective. A lot of times, guys, one of the things I do understand about marketing is that you have to speak directly to your people, right? But what I want to do is, you know, I'm going to speak to the level that you guys want to grow. Y'all don't hear me. I'm going to speak to the level that you guys want to grow. I'm not going to, you know, bring it down or come down, because most of us want to elevate and grow in our business. If you want to elevate and grow in your business, put me in the comments, right? Nobody, you know, we want to be stretched, right? Because the moment that you're stretched is the moment that your business elevates and grows. The moment that someone says me on Periscope, the moment that you stretch is the moment that your business elevates and grows. I see a lot of me's on Periscope. So remember, in the S curve here, in this bottom area, we're kind of like in the seed or the birthing stage. This is like that initial stage. For some of you, you could just simply be in hair school, right? It could be hair school, could be that beginning stage for you, or some of you could be new to the industry. But I want you guys to remember that the stage that you're in your business is not determined by how many years you've been in the industry. I'm going to say that one more time, because some of you have been in the industry 20 plus years, and you still may find yourself somewhere in this stage or even this stage, depending on some of the things that you're actually implementing in your business. And so I'm going to share those things with you. Gosh, can you repeat that in Periscope? You guys are so far back, I can barely see the comments, but I'm going to do a Q&A too when we finish on this morning. And so some of you could find yourself here or even in this area, no matter how long you've been in the industry. So hopefully this will give you guys an opportunity to really look at where you're at in your business, so that you can think about what steps you need to take next in order to get to your next level, right? And so remember, I said in the seed or the birthing stage, clients may be trickling in, right? You're doing a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy that you're putting into your business in this stage, but it's not necessarily yielding you results, right? It's a whole lot that goes on in the seed and birthing stage. And you guys can relate this pretty much to, for those of you who are females who have children, pretty much to having a baby, right? Pretty much to having a baby. In this stage, there's a lot going on, right? But the baby has not yet been birthed or not yet been produced. So this is what's going on in this stage. There's really nothing's really too steady in this particular stage. Like, you can't really measure. You don't have the consistency that you need in your business in this stage of your business. There are no systems in place. You haven't decided who your target audience is. So for many of you, when you first start out in the industry, you just need something you can play with now. Y'all tap the screen. You just need a client. Sometimes you don't care what the client looks like, what they want done to their hair. You offer services that you really don't like to do. You just need a client. You need something you can play with now, right? And so a lot of this is going on in the seed stage of your business. Now this can turn back around, and we're going to talk about that as we move up. And so you haven't defined who your target audience is, and your target audience is that group of people that you're going to market your business and services to, and you're going to get your profits quicker, sooner, faster, because they're ideal for your brand, your skill set, and what you know is ideal for this particular set of people. But in the seed stage, most oftentimes, you don't quite know who that is yet, right? And so your mindset, the mindset aspect of this is you normally just you want to just get some money. during that seed stage, right? And then that next stage here, maybe I can put that, I'm gonna put this here. It's gonna be a little funny, but I just wrote the word growth. I just wrote the word growth here. So this is the growth stage of your business. Good morning, Stacy, darling. How are you? This will be the growth stage of your business. I'm going to talk about 4 stages. This is the S. This is what's called the S curve. And most businesses go through this cycle, whether they know it or not, right? And because we are a business, because we're in the salon industry and we're running salons, or you're an independent contractor, or booth renter, salon suite owner, or a salon owner, you are a business. The minute that you guys get real clear on that, everything's going to shift for you in your business. So this next stage is the growth stage, right? During this stage is where you are, well, you should be, right? Really figuring out who you are as a brand. If you follow me, you heard me talk about branding a lot. And what happens when you're figuring out who you are as a brand, you begin to set yourself apart. Somebody put that in the comments. When you're figuring out who you are as a brand, you can now set yourself apart from what would ordinarily look like competition, or, you know, someone else that you are probably competing with, for customers who were never really designed to be your customers because they don't align with your brand, right? And so in the growth stage, yes, set yourself apart, absolutely. This is where you should be really defining who you are as a brand. And I talk about it all the time. I teach it. Actually have a course going on right now, and an opportunity for you guys to join me for a 2-week master session for those of you who are interested. But I'll talk more about that when we finish. But it's about figuring out who, it's called Discovery. That session is called Discovery. And it's about figuring out who you are as a brand and figuring out who your ideal customer is. When you figure out those 2 things there, it's going to help you profit, market, and operate your business differently. I'll share more about that as we move along. So in the growth stage, and I'm bending because I'm reading from my paper, this stage sometimes happens kind of rapidly, right? There's a whole lot going on in this stage. You may even find yourself overwhelmed. So what would that look like for maybe a hairstylist or a salon owner? It means you're doing a whole lot of customers. You just constantly, you're doing a whole lot of customers, right? You started to grow and you're doing a lot of customers. And there are some things that you should have or should be putting in place in this particular time, like online booking, hiring systems. You should have systems in your business for hiring people. Of course, your branding, figuring out your branding, establishing a unique position in the marketplace. You should have salon programs. And what I mean by salon programs is, for those of you who are salon owners, some type of online system or program that lets you know how much inventory you have in, that checks your customers in and out. Those systems are going to help you operate your business more smoothly, guys. So those are some of the things that should be going on in the growth stage. If you're feeling overwhelmed, hey Bella, how are you? Let me speak to some people really quick. I've seen a lot of people join and I haven't had an opportunity to speak. So Lori, Wiki, Tawanda, Akia, Tavares, Marty, hey Marty, Teresa, Talonda, Bella, Teresa Harris, and Jackie have joined this morning. So good morning to everyone. I'm so far away from the screen, I couldn't address you as we came in. So we're talking about the S curve, and we're in the growth stage. For those of you who are just joining, I'm Tanya Wilson-Cherry, beauty business consultant and certified life coach. I help hairstylists and salon owners just like yourself get new customers, maintain the ones they have, and profit for real in their business. I'm mentioning something on this morning that may be a little out of the box for a hair salon, but guys, you are running a business. And so I'm going to talk, if you come to me, I'm going to talk next level, because my desire and my goal is that you make it to your next level. You guys get that? If you come to me, we're going to talk next level, because my desire and my goal is for you to make it to your next level. And so I help stylists and salon owners to overcome those beliefs that are limiting them and keeping them from actually going to their next level. And how I'm doing that this morning, Okay, Facebook came back on. Awesome. How I'm doing that this morning is giving you guys a visual of what's called the S-curve. And it's what every business studies show, that most businesses go through this S-curve right here at some point. Yeah, when it gets up here, it's going to get real serious when it gets up to this top point, right? Because here we see the S. So we're in the growth stage now where, you know, this is sometimes where business is kind of rapid. You're really busy, you kind of overwhelmed, and there's a dire need to have systems in your business, whether they're hiring systems, a salon program to keep up with your clients and things of that nature, online booking, websites that have opt-ins that allow email marketing, things that are going to systematize what's going on in your business because you're so busy behind the chair, because the business has grown, right? And so then we get into what's called, this is, let's say it here. The maturity stage, And a lot of people get stuck in between these two stages right here, the maturity stage and the growth stage, right? Now what happens, and I'm going to explain to you guys what this maturity stage normally looks like for hairstylists and salon owners. It's when the business has really grown, right? And there's a consistent flow of revenue. You know, you've really gotten comfortable with where your business is. You're doing well. You're probably fully booked at this stage right here, this maturity stage. You're probably fully booked. You're busy, you're stable, you're comfortable, right? But this is the scary part of that maturity stage. This is the scary part of that maturity stage, because there really is no movement other than what's always been going on. You guys get that? Y'all tap the screen. I'm taking you there this morning, giving you guys some things to think about as it relates to growing your salon business. So a lot of times this maturity stage looks like when you got a lot of clients. You've gotten comfortable, it's stable, the money is flowing, you know, you're fully booked. But if you really, really think about it, there's no movement. Everything is just the same. It's the complete same, right? And then what happens is your business begins to stall. Y'all tap the screen, because I know that many of you have experienced that. I've seen stylists who've gotten really, really booked, right? And then wonder, like, where did their clients go? You know, what happened with the business? You know, what went on? Like, they hit this growth spurt and then they reach levels of maturity in their business where they were doing really well, comfortable, not really worried about where their clients were coming from, because the business was in a mature stage. And so in the S curve, what happens next is one of two things. It usually makes a split, right, in this area. So the business does one of two things, your hairstylist career. Because when you hear me say business, guys, you know, if I don't always say salon, it's because we're running businesses, right? So I speak to you from the perspective that you are a business owner. You're an amazing business owner. And when we speak from that perspective, it shifts everything. We operate our businesses differently, we profit differently, we market our businesses differently. When we move from, you know, feeling like this is just something that we're passionate about, or it's just a hobby, or, you know, something that's fun and creative, and it is all of those things, but it's a business. So in this maturity stage, remember I said there's really no movement. And sometimes you get comfortable, maybe your equipment, maybe you have equipment and things, you know, that aren't really working or operating in the salon the way they used to. Maybe you've been using some of the same products over and over and over again. One of the things I did as a stylist when I was full-time behind the chair is I would alternate my relaxers with my clients periodically, like every few years, because over time I just noticed, for whatever reason, and it could have just been me, they just weren't, you know, getting the same effect. And so sometimes, you know, reinventing your products and services. So most people, what they do, they don't reinvent. Most people don't reinvent. Most people actually end up declining. at this maturity stage? Because they've gotten so comfortable and there's absolutely nothing new going on. And so in the declining stage, what happens is the person sticks with their current business model. They just do the same thing over and over and over again. Let me let you know what this looks like. So in your mind, you may say, okay, I'm busy, I'm booked, I got tons of clients, I'm good. I don't need to learn anything new. But guys, don't you know that you lose relatively 20% of your customers every single year? You lose relatively, statistics show that you lose about 20% of your customers every year. And so if you continue to just sit comfortably in this maturity stage, or any of these stages, right? Because your business is designed to grow, or should be designed to grow. If you sit comfortably in this maturity stage, eventually you begin to see a decline in your clientele, in your business, and what's going on in your business. You guys get that? Tap the screen. If you guys are getting something from the broadcast, tap the screen for hearts. Be sure, press the share button. There's another industry professional who needs to hear it broken down in this measure, right? They need to hear it broken down in this measure and really figure out what stage you're at in your business, right? Figure out what stage you're at in your business and what it is that you need to do. And so people experience a decline. One, I said they stick with their current business model. They've gotten comfortable. They've gotten comfortable. Two, they stick with their current business model for too long. They stay right here for too long. They take this stage and this season for granted. And most of us do that because we don't know, right? Remember, in the maturity stage, you're comfortable. You're doing well. You're fully booked. You're busy. You're stable. You can pay your bills. You can travel. You guys get that, right? And it's so easy to get comfortable. So easy to get comfortable in this maturity stage. But if we don't do anything different, then we experience a decline because we've gotten comfortable. And a lot of us spend in this maturity stage, many hairstylists and salon owners spend too much time trying to manage what's not working. I'm gonna say that one more time. Many salon owners and hairstylists in this maturity stage spend way too much time trying to manage what's not working. Because after a while, they start to see it. They start to see the decline. And what happens, if you're not aware of where you are and what you need to do next, then you begin to operate your business out of desperation. So you almost go back down to the seed stage where you're taking anybody. You just need something you can play with now, right? It's because you're not aware of the different cycles and stages of your business. And see, because we standing behind the chair, we're twirling the chair, we're doing hair, you know, in this maturity stage, everything is lovely. But guys, don't you know that everything has a season? Put that in the comments, guys. Everything has a season. So in this maturity stage, the decline, remember I said it comes because people stick with their current business model too long, or they spend way too much time trying to manage what's really not working. The energy and the effort that you're putting into what's really not working, everything has a season, absolutely, is the energy and effort that you could be putting into reinvention, right? Remember I said that S-curve, it can make a split. You get to decide which part of the split you take in your salon career, right? You either gonna decline, you done got so comfortable, right? You're either gonna decline or you can go into reinvention mode. And what I mean by reinvention mode is where you become innovative. You become innovative, right? You begin to reinvent. Many of you need to figure out who your new ideal customer is. I'm gonna say this one more time. Many of you, once you left that stage, you need to figure out who your new ideal customer is, because for the most part, you have evolved. You have evolved as a stylist, but your business has not evolved with you. You have evolved as a stylist, but your business has not evolved with you. And so what this looks like for a salon owner who is super busy behind the chair, and she got staff that's sitting over there that don't have any clients. Lord have mercy. She has staff or even renters, guys, who don't have any customers, but she's gotten into her flow and she's just doing her thing, not even really thinking, this is one of the things that you can make, and you need to have someone to really look at your business to see if a price increase is what you need to do. But most oftentimes, guys, if you're fully booked like that, it's probably time for a price increase. And what that's going to do, a few people are going to leave you. Put that in the comments. A few people are going to leave you, right? But see, this is what we do. We hold on to less than instead of releasing so that we can get greater. We hold on to less than instead of releasing so that we can get greater. So maybe if you're a salon owner, right, a few people are going to leave you. Absolutely, guys, you got to know that, because it's called growth. It's called growth, guys. Remember I said many people decline, they take this decline split in the maturity stage because they spend too much time trying to manage what's not working. So maybe it's time for a price increase. And then what will happen? So some clients will leave you. But if you have other staff that you can pass those customers over to, your business continues to grow. You guys get that? Your business continues to grow. So maybe you're needing to figure out who your new ideal customer is so that you can change your marketing message and your efforts in your business so that you can profit differently and your business can grow differently. You guys get that? This is the reinvention stage. Some of you may need to find new aspects or new things that your business can do. So maybe you've gotten a lot of experience in the industry and it's time that you begin to educate people on some of the skill sets that you have. Y'all tap the screen. We're talking about reinvention. We're talking about branding. We're talking about making sure we don't decline, right? After we've had this great season of maturing and being comfortable, right? Most oftentimes it's time to reinvent. It's time to adapt to some new concepts and some new things in your business so that it can continue to evolve. So for those of you who, find yourself in a few of these stages, any of these stages actually, I'm offering a 2-week masterclass. It starts today at 1 o'clock. It's called Discovery. I teach you how to figure out who you are as a brand and how to determine who your ideal customer is. Once you've determined who your ideal customer is and who you are as a brand, it will change the way you profit in your business. It will change the way that you market in your business. I don't know if but that link is renewfullcircle.com/3D master session. renewfullcircle.com/3D master session. It's $197 for the 2-week course. Guys, wherever you are, you got to know, you got to discover where you are in this stage in your business and who you are, how you need to position yourself, and how you need to show up. We start today at 1 o'clock. It'll go on for 2 weeks. You get 2 live sessions with me, and then throughout the week, you're placed inside a private group where you are able to get coaching, to help you further define who you are as a brand, how you need to show up, and who your perfect people are so that you can market to them properly. But I wanted to share with you guys this S-curve here. Because this is a stage that many businesses go through, this S-curve, and they don't realize it. And so I said, why wouldn't I bring this to the salon industry? Because a lot of times we're such an artistic industry and a creative industry, a lot of things we don't hear about that they talk about in the business realm or the business world as it relates to growing your businesses. So I want to be the messenger. I want to be the person that makes sure that you are ahead in your mindset and your thinking and where you need to be in order to continue growing your business, because it was never intended for us to get behind the chair and spin the chair until we're 40 and 50 years old and we don't have any energy, our business is no longer growing, or our business only operates from that one revenue stream where we're just spinning the chair and we're fooling ourselves because it's like a dead end. You guys get that? And so we don't want to go to this maturity stage in our business where we're fully booked and then all of a sudden we begin to decline because we spent more time trying to manage what wasn't working instead of reinventing ourselves or discovering who we were on a new level and figuring out maybe we do have new ideal customers, right, that we need to market to. Many of you have been in the industry for quite some time and you're not the same stylist that you were when you first started out. You're not the same stylist. And so you understand that you are your brand, and as your business begins to grow and as you begin to grow and evolve, your business should do the same. Your business should do the same. So guys, that's my take on this morning, the S-curve. I wanted to share that with you guys, how to grow your salon business and then give you some different strategies that are normally going on in those different stages. If you guys got value from this this morning, just put me in the comments. I'm gonna go down on Facebook because it's probably the only place that I can go back and read comments and kind of answer some questions. Marty Johnson says, right, at the maturity stage, you don't grow. You get in a routine. Absolutely. And ultimately go into a downward spiral. Absolutely right. And most people, they never realize it because they're comfortable, right? I'm booked. I got clients coming left and right out the door. But remember, I said that you lose 20% of your customers each year. And so if you don't have things in place to replace that income that you're losing from the clients, and some of you don't see it because you've got a lot of clients coming in, but you're constantly losing people. And if you ever get to the point where you're not doing anything different and the referrals have gone low and the clients aren't coming in, you start going into decline. Let's see. Marty said, is it too late to reinvent once you've declined? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Marty. Not too late to reinvent. If you're still in the business, if the doors are still open, you know, you're still spinning the chair, there are some things that you can look at as far as reinventing yourself in the business. Not too late. I would say it's not too late. Now, I do think that Bella says, thanks, Tanya, you're welcome. A few people are going to leave you, absolutely. And so I will say that the way you reinvent yourself will make a big difference. The way you reinvent yourself will make a huge difference in whether or not you make it. Like if you've gone through the decline, there's some specific things that you'll have to do as it relates to your individual brand. And then you have to know, do I have what it takes to stay in it long enough for the reinvention process to begin working? And so a lot of that may be financial, or, you know, the time that you have invested mentally, emotionally. But I mean, I just believe that it's never too late for a fresh start, right? Sometimes reinvention could be downsizing and, you know, getting to a position where you can really maintain what you have while you're building back up. And so it looks different for different people. I would have to take a look individually at your business to make the best suggestions for that. Are there any more questions? Now, Periscope, I did see you guys making a lot of comments, but I was doing the training and I really couldn't see. So if anybody wants to put that back up, you're more than welcome to. I'll take about a minute or two to answer. I actually have my class at 1 o'clock. For those of you who are joining me for the discovery class, figuring out who you are as a brand, figuring out who your ideal customers are in this season, you can go to renewfullcircle.com/3D master session. I'll come back and put it in the comments. I'm starting over for the first time. Oh, okay, awesome. Starting over for the first time. Awesome. Are you a hairstylist or a salon owner? renewfullcircle.com/3D master session. renewfullcircle.com/3D master session. It's a 2-week live session. We begin our first session of discovery today at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Stylist. This is Layla. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Eastern Standard Time. So you guys have a few minutes if you want to join us for that. It's going to shift the way you profit in your business. It's going to definitely shift the way you think in your business, which is the ultimate shift that you need in order to move to the next level. But clarity is everything. If you guys have enjoyed the broadcast, as we close out, be sure to tap the screen for hearts. Show your girl a little love. It's not too late to share. Periscope, there are 3 buttons. You guys can press that. It allows you to share out with several platforms. On Instagram, there's like a little airplane symbol. And on Facebook, it says share. So it's simple. You guys can press it and share out with another industry professional who kind of wants to know, this is how a business grows. Where am I at in my business? And what do I need to do next? I appreciate you guys so much. I value you guys coming on and spending your valuable time with me. I'll be back on Wednesday. And for those of you who are joining us for the master session, I'll see you guys at 1 o'clock. Peace.